Welcome to the photography channel that's not about digital photography. We're going to go back to the 20th century and talk about photography before digital. My career started in press photography here in Australia, in Melbourne, but I've travelled a lot. I've worked also across a number of disciplines of still photography, film photography, from 35mm work in black and white, right up to 4x5 and 10x8 in the studio, and across almost every shape of roll film as well. This channel will be about the digitising process, about my career, about how we dealt with clients in what you probably call the old days, how we chose whichever film or format we decided to use to solve our clients' problems, and anything else which you may decide interests you about those times. When I decided to digitise my file, I had to do a number of things. Firstly, I had to get the job books, which we used to work from, into a database. Then I had to figure out how to photographically solve the problem. And of course I went to YouTube. I found a lot of people on there who had a little bit of the equation, but only a little bit. They had 35mm and 120 maybe, but nothing bigger and nothing as extensive as my file. So I had to come up with my own solution, which I will talk about in one of these episodes. But let's for the moment look at some pictures to end this episode. If you want to photograph large aircraft taking off, find an airstrip with a hill nearby, which will give you some elevation. Take an 800mm manual focus lens and a 2x converter and a very heavy tripod, and leave in the dark and get there in time to be ready for what we have here. I think it's a fine result. There is no manipulation of any type. This is how it looked and this is how it is. Yes, so this is a variety of pictures from various places and times and different film stocks and different types of photography, from aerials to food to all sorts of things. A lot of this appears also on my website at the moment, which you can find through the link here. And we'd really love to hear from you. These travel ones are digital, and generally all of these images are untouched. Even if they're digital images, they haven't been processed at all in anything other than Lightroom. And I still enjoy taking pictures, but now no longer for money. And we'll talk about the last image here in some detail. This was shot on the view camera, the CNR, with a 6x9 roll film back, primarily because it allowed us to place the lens where we needed to, and the perspective control that the 4x5 view camera allowed gave us control over the lines in the floor, which is what the hero is of this restaurant. And it says lots of things about quality and 5-star. Thanks for being with us. I hope you can go to our website, which is robertgrayarchive.com.au, and send us any thoughts you have about this, or click below and leave something for us to read.